Hello, I am David W. Parker. This is Programming Today I Learned, WebGL series. Today we're going to be looking at texture coordinates. So we have our usual program from the last few episodes here. We're just going to be displaying the Pokeball, have our shaders set up, our GL set up, and then go ahead and have our textures, where we're ultimately going to bind and load the texture and call draw per the last episode. I will also be showing you how to use GL triangles rather than triangle strip for displaying textures as well. So here is the initial image. We have this nice Pokeball displayed here, and you can see the texture coordinates are 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 0. And by default, in the 0 to 1 range, you have a single texture displayed. But we can play with this and kind of scale our texture, I guess, show different sizes of it, stretch it out, move it. Basically, using these coordinates, we can decide how our texture is going to end up being displayed. So this is going to end up being shifting it over a little bit and making it smaller because now we're in half the scale. So it'll stay down here because of the area that it's being displayed on. You can see. But what you have to realize is that it's kind of interesting. The white is still there from the texture coordinate area. What you have to realize, though, is that the texture coordinates, they repeat every 1 to 2, 2 to 3, -3 to -4, etc., etc. And the texture area is really kind of finicky and really interesting. So in this example, we're going to move and show -1 to 2 and change these spaces, but well, that'll shift us this way, but it'll also make us smaller at the same time because we now have a greater distance between these numbers here. So we've moved it up, but it's also a little bit smaller because that's a distance of 3. Likewise, we can move up a little bit more, but will also be even smaller because there's, once again, a greater distance. So you can see it's going up in that other direction there. We can also go ahead and just do one, change some attributes, not others. And you can see now we're elongated, stretched out a little bit, but we still shifted it over as well to the by 1. So it's kind of interesting. You can play with this, figure out what exactly you want your texture area and texture coordinates to be displayed as. Generally, you're going to want to live somewhere on like the 0 to 1 scale, or if you want to have clamps and repeats, which we'll get into in future episodes, you may want to go at a slightly smaller scale. You can also use triangles. So you can see here we have one triangle, which takes in the first 3 points, and then the next triangle is the next 3 points, next 3 points, next 3 points, and here's our corresponding texture coordinates as well. It's a little less work to do triangle strips, but it's less flexible as well. So this allows for a little greater flexibility and control. So you can do that instead, and you can still wind up with the exact kind of thing that you want to be doing with your texture. So that's it for this episode. Keep it nice and short. If you like what you saw today, please subscribe, like this video, share on social media if you will, and go to Programming TIL and sign up for my newsletter. Have a great one.